Season 10 of TGB Dirt hits the hard stuff, with gravel, rocks and mountains all in the way of our drivers seeking victory in the Acropolis Rally of Greece. Temperatures soar and the heat is on as Luca Chiapelli and Phil Bardwell continue their title battle, with the might of Softy making his first appearance of the season as he looks to get in on the fight. With 6 winners from 7 rallies here, this has been one event hard for anyone to assert their dominance. Phil, the only repeat winner, which has him placed well to eat in on Luca's 6-point championship advantage. Rain fell for the first time this season, and up first to tackle the conditions was former 2-time champion Softy. It was a steady run for the Peugeot 206 runner, who admitted he struggled with the falling rain. 8 seconds was lost to the pace setters. Court was another to find it tough in the wet conditions, losing 43 seconds after a spectacular end to the opening stage. A few corners later on, Dirt 2 championship leader Hickey threw away 30 seconds in just one moment, taking an age to recover from this fall. Championship leader Luca was fast, running a second quicker than title rival Phil, but he wasn't the fastest. Top Manx man on the opening stage was Dom, setting a time that was 7/10 quicker as he looked to bounce back from an unfortunate final stage in Australia. Luca was pushing hard to take the lead from Dom, but the Citroen runner would make a costly mistake. Smashing into a giant rock on the inside of one bend left him with just 3 working wheels. He was able to drag his car through the stage and back to the servers, but 41 seconds was the damage and falling to 14th overall. Phil took full advantage of Luca's error, not only jumping his title rival, but also taking the lead of the rally after a time that was 5 seconds quicker than previous leader Dom. The star of the rally was without doubt Mike. 2 very strong times to the start of the rally made the rest of the field take note. He now sat 5th overall and only a second away from Zach in 3rd. This is one event Alistair always seems to do well at, and at the halfway point he was 7th behind older brother Aidan. 1 place further back was Softy, who made a crucial error that lost him yet more time to the leaders. Plenty of work to do if he was to overturn the 16-second deficit. Finally seeming to be finding his feet, Softy went provisionally quickers, and despite the falling rain he had struggled in earlier. That was until Zach found an extra few tenths himself, which kept his chances of victory alive. Dom lost control of his car, breaking into a sudden hairpin downhill, although he was rather fortunate to avoid a penalty when he came very close to running over some marshals while reversing back to track. Phil set the 3rd fastest time on the stage, but his lead would increase to 5 seconds thanks to the mistakes of his closest challenger. The Ford runner now just 6.64 miles away from taking a first victory of the season. Aidan opted for medium tyres in the hope it would give him extra grip come the power stage, but getting lodged on a rock would cost him big time in his fight with those around him. The Subaru runner falling 5 places to 11th. While Mike remained with a steady place inside the top 10, Chris was another having an excellent run here in Greece, now 9th overall, just ahead of Sam and Aidan. CJH was lucky to escape from an incident at the end of the stage that saw his Subaru roll down a hill. Aidan's rally went from bad to worse as he smashed a rock, pushing hard to make up for the time lost on the previous run. Dan dropped out the points altogether when he hit the same rock. Court was already down in 16th, so didn't have much to lose.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Quite impressively though, he would move into the points places despite also being caught out. Less time lost here than the majority of his rivals. The Rock's next victim was CJH. For the first time in his career, he was the one being taken out. And that wasn't his only incident of the stage. Clipping the inside of another corner sent him rolling again. And then, just a few hundred meters later, his Subaru took another battering. Mike was on for a remarkable result, but anything is to be expected in rally, and there was heartbreak halfway through the stage.
No! No! For fuck's sake!
No points would be scored here. Luca was still running with damage from the opening leg, and it meant for the second time this season he would earn no additional points through the power stage. Thanks to the troubles for those ahead though, he did at least move from 14th to 8th and secure 6 more crucial championship points, almost as if he was the one to pull the rock into the stage that claimed multiple victims. This would be the first time Softy contested a rally without picking up a single stage win in it. Missing a turn early on that he would find it tricky to recover from meant he finished only 7th fastest in the final stage. Phil flew through Prasma Platini, well on course for a 3rd victory in Greece. Despite holding a 5-second lead, he smashed his rivals by increasing that to 10 seconds by the end. Dom would hold on ahead of Zach to claim a season-best second-place finish, but he was no match to the forward runner here. Phil took all 5 points from the Bet Noon Power Stage, with Dom, Zach, Iggy and Alistair also placing inside the top 5. Luca frustratingly 6th, 2 seconds back from Alistair. A superb display from Phil to take a 6th career rally victory. Dom just held off Zach for 2nd, while Iggy edged ever closer to claiming his first podium finish. Softy will hope to improve on 5th in his next outing, as Luca's costly rally meant he would end up only 8th here, 1 place back from Chris Johnson's superb 7th place. Owen, Aidan and Court all just about finishing in the points despite their final stage dramas. Camo in 15th, as Alex and Dan just missed out. Only the 3 retirements in Greece, and it was heartbreak for Mike, who was left to wonder what might have been. Jean was another left kicking himself following a 2nd consecutive blank. That victory moves Phil to the top of the standings, and an impressive 16 points clear of Luca now. Dom is back into 3rd overall, with Zach sitting tight behind. Iggy remains just ahead of Alistair, and it's now 9th for Chris after his solid drive. The championship has been switched around, but Luca will be looking to fight back next time out. What direction will this championship take next?